How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash the hell out of that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And it's gonna be a pretty quick live stream, man. But I just wanted to talk about it. I haven't seen any other channels talking about it. It's kind of really flew under the radar. Um, Even BoxRec was late on announcing like the decision and stuff like that of the fight. You know what I mean? They didn't even put it on BoxRec until this morning. In the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, wow. But yeah, smash that like button when you guys come in, man. But yeah, man, Money Powell versus Vaughn Alexander, you guys. If you guys don't know who Vaughn Alexander is, Vaughn Alexander actually fought Anthony Sims. And, it's a fight that I watched. Anthony Sims was definitely getting tagged up. But Anthony Sims was ready for that type of fight. You know what I mean? As I look at Money Powell's resume and his record, nowhere in his resume or his record showed me that he was ready for this fight. He just got finished fighting a guy that was like 8-4. You know what I mean? And they stepped him up, to this guy, which is pretty much like a fringe contender, slash journeyman in Vaughn Alexander. I'm not on that journeyman road, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it was the upset of the weekend in my personal opinion, because Money Powell was being pushed by so many different YouTube channels, and they just thought he was the next big thing. A lot of people were talking very highly of this guy. But when he took this L, it made a lot of people by surprise. You know what I mean? A lot of people probably don't even know that he just lost. But he lost. From what it sounds like, I didn't watch the whole entire fight. But from what it looks like, he lost a close. It says on BoxRec he lost a close mid decision. So it was a mid decision. And what could have happened is he could have said, what, the judges screwed me and all of this stuff and all of that. But he didn't. He went straight. He went straight on the. On Instagram. About an hour or two ago. And said, look, man, I didn't win this one. I'll come back stronger. Pretty much like the second one and stuff like that. And to be honest with you guys, man, I just think that this will be a learning experience, for Money Powell, man. I mean, when you guys, I just don't see where, like, how do people put, it's crazy though, man. I'm not saying Al Heyman's a bad, well, I'm gonna say the matchmakers of Al Heyman and PBC and stuff like that. Like, they're rushing this guy. He's 21 years old. You know what I'm saying? The guy Vaughn Alexander is definitely a good fighter. But Money Powell, for him, for all intents and purposes, we don't. Yeah, he got an extensive amateur career, but what has he done in the pros? You know what I mean? And they just stepped him up, man. This was his first big test. And he failed. He failed. But I didn't see any other YouTube channel talking about it. I'm like, you know what? Let me just throw it out there, let guys know what happened. And like I said, for the most part, this is pretty much flew under the radar. You know what I mean? Like I said, nobody's really talking about it. Everybody's, pretty much hush hush about it and stuff like that. But he lost. He took an L. Oh shit, what's up, man? He says Corey Lee Boxing back with another banger, Mr. Ice Season. What's up, Hashman Boxing? Salute Jeffrey. What's going on to everybody in the chat, man? Big shout out to everybody in the chat, man. So much love, man. He says, I'm surprised Powell started at 154. Yeah, man, and that's another thing, you guys. Like, these guys are just taking fights, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't know that'll mess your career. Like, we're living in a day and age, you guys, where I think we're living in a day and age like one loss is the end of your career. A guy takes one loss, and you're writing him off. You know what I mean? You're like, oh shit, he sucks. He never was that good. I never thought he was, an elite caliber type of fighter and stuff like that, man. But the whole, Jamonte Clark got robbed versus the 6'7" dude. Yeah, I seen that too, man. To be honest with you, it was a really good card, man. You know what I mean? You know, and these PBC guys are starting to get put in tough, man. I mean, Money Powell probably, you know, gave the okay to fight this guy, but he's 21 years old. You know what I'm saying? You know, me personally, I don't think that he was fighting at his natural weight, but who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying? Who am I to say that this guy can't fight at this weight, this guy can't fight at that weight class? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. These guys get caught up in the hype train of knocking out these cab drivers and stuff like that, you know, part-time delivery guys, you know what I'm saying? And they get caught up in the hype, and then when, you know, as soon as, you know, they get put in there tough with like a guy that's gonna fight back and that's got a winning record, and that's gave guys hell before, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, like, wow, man, you know, this guy isn't what I thought he was, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. You know, Money Powell's got to go back to the drawing board and learn from this, man. Yeah, Money Powell lost on the Laura versus Alvarez. And if you lose or even look bad, they write you off. Yeah, they do. Shout out to Blue Collar Sports, aka Del Boy. What's going on, my brother? How's everything going? But yeah, man. They just write you off. You know what I mean? One loss is like the end of your career. You know, you weren't really shit, you know, you're never gonna amount to shit and stuff like that. They just start, you know, talking like that and pretty much, you know, write guys off. And I don't think it's much that fight. I mean, it was literally, you know, Anthony Sims definitely got a pretty good chin because he was getting stuck by, you know, crisp hooks, you know what I'm saying, and counter punches and stuff like that from Vaughn Alexander. And if you're not capable, then you're not, you know, you're not really ready for a fighter like that or that caliber. And he's real muscular too. Vaughn Alexander has, you know, he's got those muscle bellies. You know what I'm saying? He's a stocky caliber type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he could definitely knock you out at, you know, any given time. And he's a threat. You know, he's definitely a threat. Hashman. But from what it looks like, you know, this guy Money Powell is a smaller guy. You know, was he ready for this fight? Not sure. You guys, man. He's got a loss on his record now. You know, so all that tough talk about him being the greatest thing and all of this stuff like that, man, it's like, you know, hold up, man. Pump the brakes, man. You know what I'm saying? Pump the brakes. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those type of deals. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pump the brakes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's the worst fighter in the world, but I'm just saying, like, at all of these channels and all of these, you know, they were just riding this dude Money Powell like he was just the second coming. I mean, he was just, you know, an animal. He was, you know, he's a monster. He's awesome. You know, and now look, you know, he just pure boxer that a lot of people thought he was, he would have won this fight. Just pure boxing skill. Because Vaughn Alexander is very limited in the boxing and the, you know what I'm saying? But that brute strength can definitely, you know, make a fighter tentative when he's going to throw a punch. You know, he's like, oh shit, do I want to get hit with that counter from Alexander again? You know what I'm saying? And I think that was one of the key keys to this fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I didn't watch the whole fight into its entirety, but you know, it definitely was a mid-decision. So you know, one of the judges, you know, definitely thought it was, you know, a close fight or possibly that, you know, Powell could have won that fight. Does he go to an immediate rematch? You know, it's pretty early in his career, you know, to already start doing rematches and stuff like that. I mean, the guy's 21 years old, you guys. The guy is 21 years old, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and these YouTube channels and these, you know, media members and stuff like that were hyping this dude up so much, man. I mean, so much. And I mean, you know, what are they going to say now? I mean, obviously, like I said, one loss is not the end of your career, you know. But when you're talking about you're the second coming, you know, you're going to definitely be a world champion. You put all of this pressure on a 21-year-old kid, and then this happens. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's going to go back to the drawing board. Does he take the immediate rematch? I'm not sure. I think he has a lot of growing up to do. I think he has, you know, I think he should get back in the gym. Just start, you know, gradually fight. Every fighter is not going to be a Lomachenko. Every fighter is not going to be a Gervonta Davis. I mean, it's just facts. It is what it is. And these guys like, you know, Gervonta Davis and Lomachenko, they make it look kind of easy when they start fighting high caliber type of fighters, you know what I'm saying? And all of these young guys coming up through the amateur ranks, and as soon as they get into the pro ranks, they're like, oh, I can do it, you know what I'm saying? You know, maybe they quality, you know, world championship type of fighters. But it's a difference on sparring a fighter and actually getting in there and actually fighting a fighter, you know what I mean? So it's a difference, you know what I mean? There's a big difference. There's a big difference, man. And you know, I just want you guys to know that I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, man. I really truly think that you know, Money Powell can learn from this fight, man. And I think that I think that this would definitely humble him, you know what I'm saying? But he's already been, you know, pretty much for the most part, all the interviews I've seen, he's been a humble kid, you know what I'm saying? He's been, you know, a pretty, you know, laid back kid and stuff like that. His father is from what I you know, seen in different interviews and stuff like that, his father's a really good guy. But the reason why I'm making this video is like, this could be a learning experience for, you know, other up and coming fighters, you know what I'm saying? He's 21 years old. This dude's got umpteen years still left in the sport, you know what I'm saying? And they're putting him in with not only a heavier guy, okay, and a couple weight classes heavier than him, okay, but they're putting him in with a guy that could possibly be a contender. Now, is Money Powell a contender already? I mean, I would have said no, you know. Obviously, his camp probably thinks he is, but, you know, the pro game, man, it's just like, what have you done for me lately, man? You know, so I just think that he can learn from this, man. I don't think his career is over, but I think they could definitely go back to the drawing board and definitely, you know, definitely think about, you know, what they're doing before they get back in the ring, you know what I'm saying, and talk it over with, you know, Al Heyman and stuff like that, man. But I just think the matchmakers and the team, you know, they messed this one up, you know what I'm saying? You know, they messed this one up, man. I don't even think Vaughn Alexander's a world champion type of fighter. And I can see if Money Powell lost to a world champion or a former world champion, this guy Vaughn Alexander, excuse me, hasn't even fought for a belt before. You know what I'm saying? So he has never even fought for a world title before. You know what I'm saying? So he's losing to these type of caliber of fighters. And it's just like, wow, you know, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. I'm off to work, man. I got to get it in, man. And let me know what you guys think, man. Smash that like button. I'll talk to you guys on the next live stream. You guys